So today we're going to look at using Excel. When we open up Excel, this document is actually called a workbook. So in Microsoft Word, we call it a document, but in Excel, this is a workbook. You'll notice that this workbook has a lot of similar features as Microsoft Word. Look down at the bottom and you can see it says Sheet 1. That's because what we are looking at right here is a worksheet. If I want to create a second worksheet, I can click this plus sign and it will create a second worksheet. I can create multiple worksheets within one workbook. I can also name my worksheets to keep better track of them. So all I have to do is click on the Sheet tab at the bottom. I will double click it and then I can rename it. If I don't want this sheet here, and I can just right click on it and delete it. Now let's say I'm going to come back to my income sheet. This column is called the A column. This column is B, C, D, E, and so on. Excel can have up to 16,000 columns on one worksheet. Now you see numbers on the left-hand side. These are your rows. Each cell has a name, and you can see up in the name box the cell's name. It's based on the column and the row. So this one is A1. Down below it is A2, A3, A4, and so on. If I go to column B and do the first cell, it is called B1. And again, if you go down, you have B2, B3, B4, B5, etc. So all of these cells in the first row all have the number 1 associated to them. All of the cells in column A have the letter A associated to them. If I want to go to a specific cell, I can go into the name box and I can just type it. And it will take me right there. If I want to resize my columns, I can use my mouse, put it in between the two columns, and drag it from right to left. If I drag it to the right and drop it, it will now make my column wider. If I want my rows to be taller, then I can drag it that way. It works the same for every one of these. If I go to column C and I just want column C to be wider, then I can do that. If I want all of my rows and columns to be equally wide, I can click up in the top left corner and put my mouse in between the A and the B and drag it, and when I drop it, all of my columns are equally spaced, and I can do the same thing with my rows, and they will be equally spaced. Thanks for watching.